One small slip for Man City could be one giant leap for Man United. So to use that great football cliche, who's going to be over the moon? There are 12 reasons to suppose that it may yet be Ferguson's title, the 12 times he's won it before. A United win can't be taken for granted though. Sunderland start with three graduates of Old Trafford: O'Shea, Bardsley and Campbell. Titus Bramble plays his first game since Boxing Day. United are without Welbeck and Smalling. Giggs and Scholes start in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Johnny Evans returns and Andes drops to the bench, where you'll find Michael Owen making an appearance. A title win to go with the King George V Stakes. Now that would be a story.
Silva. Tevez. Barry. Tevez to take on Onua. Slipped it through to Silva, who went for power. Don't think Kenny was really expecting that, and it makes it a really good stop. I think the signs were at first that Silva would look for men in the middle here. He didn't. He got his head down and hit it hard.
No news is good news at the moment. Carrick. Bit of room for Jones to pick out a cross, which he has, and Rooney puts it in. Manchester United are in front. Just what they were looking for. They have taken the lead. And now Manchester City, are you sitting comfortably? Because United have begun. Simple, simple goal. Had so much time to pick out this pass. No one really closed him down and no one picked up Rooney. And Manchester United have the lead at the Stadium of Light. They have the initiative on the big last day of the season.
No goals, but there has been one on Wearside. And that might just calm the atmosphere amongst the home fans here. Now Cisse. He's caught by Barry. QPR free kick. And Gareth Barry is going to be spoken to at least by Mike Dean. Cisse caught. Just a little too quick for Barry. Could be a very big moment for Queen's Park Rangers, this. Cisse is very interested. Cisse to hit it, and Hart saves. Seemed to see it a little late, but he got down with plenty of time to spare.
Michael Carrick. Carrick. Rooney on the turn. Felled right on the edge of the penalty area by a cumbersome-looking swipe from Bramble. Could have played on, actually, but this free kick's in a brilliant position. It might almost be too close to Mignolet's goal. Now, Wolves don't get much longer than this. Mignolet on his toes. Rooney, oh, and he hits the bar. Well, ultimately, maybe he was just too close. Got it over the wall. Nearly got it under the bar. Here's Giggs, Valencia, Giggs, Valencia in behind O'Shea, Rooney and Young in the middle. Pull back for Ashley Young, and Rooney could have stabbed it in and didn't. What an opportunity. Well, Rooney has scored one, and he could easily have had a hat-trick already in this game. Bardsley looking for Campbell, half a chance for Gardner. Gardner to Sessignon, little ding ball in, flag stays down, and it's wide. Sunderland have looked toothless up to this moment, and Fraser Campbell could have equalised. He's onside as well. It's a good decision. volleyed a foot wide.
44 years and 2 days. Some have never seen it. Some City supporters have never been close to it. 1977, the last time Manchester City finished as runners-up. Silva. Here's Zabaleta. Zabaleta's ball in. Silva. Toure. Zabaleta. Kenny can't hold it. It's over the line. And Pablo Zabaleta has given Manchester City the lead. It's the other Argentinian. What a time to get his first goal of the entire season. Zabaleta has attacked with such confidence from the start. He had a go, he took a chance, he beat Paddy Kenny. Manchester City have started the job that they have to do. You can feel the release of tension right around the stadium. David Platt can't contain himself, and there's even just the minor hint of a smile and a bit of celebration from Roberto Mancini. There is plenty from Pablo Zabaleta. Massive, massive moment. Well, that's it for Yaya Toure. That's his season over. On comes Nigel de Jong.
What's the news from Manchester City? He's saying, have they scored? And the answer is yes. Ferdinand gets back into Young. And Rooney's there! Great save by Mignolet. Giggs on the follow-up. Couldn't quite tiptoe his way through the combination of Colback and Vaughan. Terrific save here by Mignolet. Well, how many goals could Wayne Rooney have had already today?
3 times he led Inter Milan to the Italian title, the Scudetto. Twice more he was a champion in Italy as a player. Lescott. Oh, he's undersold that, and Djibril Cissé's in to score and to level it up for Queen's Park Rangers. Djibril Cissé maintains his remarkable record. He's scored in 3 games in a row. He's scored half a dozen goals for Rangers. Just how vital will that one be at the top and the bottom of the Barclays Premier League? And is that a mistake that will haunt Julian Lescott for the rest of his playing days? It is a nightmare. He mistimed it. He was underneath it. And Cissé kept his head firmly in place, eyes on the ball, ball in the net. Manchester City 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. And in the blink of an eye, it can all change.
There's a huge roar in the Manchester United fans that says Queen's Park Rangers have equalised at Manchester City, and as it stands, Manchester United are top of the pile. Can you believe it?
It is agony. It's the rule of football. Before the ecstasy, if it is to come, there has to be a period of agony. Silva. De Jong. Now Tevez has gone down on the edge of the box, maybe just inside, and the flag is being waved. Over on the far side of the field, Andy Garrett is waving his flag. Joey Barton, I think, is at the centre of all this. What has been seen, what has just happened, and what is the next decision? Here we are. And it's hard to tell. from that high up, from that distance. Tevez and Barton carry on with their feud. Andy Garrett is explaining to Mike Dean now exactly what he thinks he saw. More drama. As if there needed to be any more. It's a red card for Joey Barton, ex of Manchester City. The case for the defence is coming too late. Mark Hughes cannot believe it. Joey Barton has to go. What next? Oh, goodness me, this game is now out of control. Joey Barton at the centre of it all. We've heard that far too many times. It's his good mate, his former teammate, Micah Richards, who's trying his best to lead him away. And there's another scuffle. Balotelli is getting involved with Barton, the two major bad boys of the Premier League. No need for Mario Balotelli to be anywhere near that. Look at this on Sergio Aguero. Oh, goodness me. Joey Barton is facing a lengthy ban at the start of next season. They've done the hard bit. They've come back from a goal down, and one of their key men, the man who wears the captain's armband, has let them down. It's Carlos Tevez who takes the first swipe at Joey Barton, but then he does that with a dig back at Tevez. That's what was spotted. That's what was penalised, an elbow to the throat. Tevez will now think about swinging his foot to the ball to try and get Manchester City back in the lead. Cisse blocked it. Nasri, Kenny saves it. Tevez back in again. And it's not leaving that penalty area anytime soon. Tevez, that is wild. Picture of exhaustion, Roberto Mancini. De Jong. Tevez. He's got the time to have a really good think. It's blocked by Zamora. Tevez in again. Superb reactions from Kenny. Handball appeals. Another save from Kenny, and it didn't cross the line. The keeper's managed to keep him out. It is all happening. It's Tevez bringing the best out of Paddy Kenny. It's that handball, they all appealed. It certainly didn't cross the line. Should this have been a Manchester City penalty? There's a swing of the arm from Anua. I suppose only he really knows whether it was intentional or not. Now here's Traore. And coming in is Mackie! Queen's Park Rangers have the lead! Another incredible twist! The 10 men of QPR have inflicted maximum heartache on Manchester City. And the scenes in the away end are quite incredible. Roberto Mancini is going berserk. Samir Nasri was the target of his anger. It's Traore who skips past one. It's Traore who gets his head up to cross. It is just perfect. And the finish isn't half bad either. Jamie Mackie, down and in. Manchester City 1, Queen's Park Rangers 2. It's all going wrong for the Blues of Manchester. The tears were meant to be of another kind at the end of the day.
The news from Manchester City is little short of astonishing. Queen's Park Rangers are in front. Well, Sir Bobby Charlton must honestly be sitting there thinking, I thought I'd seen everything this game could throw at me. But he probably never expected to see what is unfolding today. Ryan Giggs away to Valencia. Jones, little acceleration took him away from McLean. Phil Jones again, now Giggs, almost to Rooney, Turner was there, Scholes shot, hit the post, Giggs, great save, unbelievable, Scholes Scholes and Giggs, who've won the lot time and time and time again. Denied first by the post and then by the keeper. Brilliant passage of play.
One more win. That's all that was needed. Such has been the work rate and the resilience shown by Queen's Park Rangers. You forget they've only got 10 players on the field. Silva to Sergio Aguero. Anua tries to force him out, he couldn't do it, but Dzeko's only hit the side of the net. Deflected that way. Just kept in, and then kept out of goal by the feet of Kenny. Just getting the impression now that he doesn't know what he's thinking anymore, Roberto Mancini. Rashid Nasri, it's yet another corner. They're counted for nothing right now. It's Nasri. Kenny has stayed back, and the ball is over his own crossbar for another. We're up to 17 now, with no reward. And we're about to tick around into stoppage time. There'll be at least 5 more minutes. That's Balotelli, Kenny's kept it out, it won't go in. First chance Balotelli's really had to get to a ball from a corner. Is this football club, no matter how much money now backs them, really cursed? Here's Nigel de Jong. David Silva. Zabaleta. It needs to go in now. David Silva. Up goes Dzeko! It has gone in now. Manchester City are level, but they need one more. And we're almost dealing in seconds rather than minutes. Edin Dzeko has just restored the tiniest little bit of hope. It's the hope that's been killing them for years. But it's there again. Manchester City 2, Queen's Park Rangers 2. They need to find a winner.
Valencia. Wayne Rooney for Manchester United. Clumsy looking challenge from Bramble, another Manchester United free kick. We're into the 90th minute here. The news from the fourth official is that we're expecting 3 minutes of added time here. We're expecting 5 at the City game. Manchester United might walk off this pitch, their season finished, not even knowing if they've won the league, with City still playing. Wayne Rooney with a free kick. Oh, and he's hit the post. This could mean nothing, it could mean everything. It's hit the post. Three minutes were indicated. Howard Webb blows his whistle, but nobody knows what it means. What a season. It's finished and they still don't know if they've won it.
Here's De Jong. Aguero. Balotelli. He's got it through. It's Sergio Aguero! Manchester City winner! Sergio Aguero has done it! An amazing, amazing day, the like of which we've never seen. QPR have finally caved in, and Manchester City look as though they've got the title in the most incredible way possible. Balotelli did his bit. Aguero found the space. Aguero found the net. They were beaten, and now Manchester City have won. Have you ever seen scenes like that? They surely, in all their supporting lives, will never see scenes like this again.
And the news is coming through that Manchester City have scored. And the title has gone just as they were going to celebrate. Manchester United have lost the title. An unbelievable climax. It's not so much about what they've lost. It's not perhaps even so much about how they have lost it. Above all, it's about who they have lost it to.
Everybody just wants to hear the full-time whistle now, and there it is! Manchester City are the champions of English football. A day many thought would never come. A day and scenes of celebration that looked unlikely just seconds ago, not minutes ago, but it's finally happened. There's an appeal for fans to get off the pitch. They will in time. And it all came down after 38 games to 2 mad, magnificent minutes of football. Manchester City 3, Queen's Park Rangers 2. The impossible made possible.
I think that is an incredible moment. It's an incredible moment.
It's difficult to put into words how you're feeling now, I guess.
Yeah, because it's difficult. Because 3 minutes to the end, we were 2-1 down. And in 1 minute and a half, we scored 2 goals. I think that because we wanted this title, and we deserve to win this title.
I don't think anyone expected that. Everyone expected City to win. And they had to do it against 10 men for half an hour and get 5 minutes injury time to help them. But at the end of the day, in behalf of Manchester United, I congratulate Manchester City winning the league. It's not an easy week to win the Premier Division. Anyone who wins it deserves it because it's a long haul.
When you beat a team like United, a strong team like United, you beat twice in 1 season, you deserve to win this title.
You're going out to celebrate with those fans. It means an awful lot to this club.
Yeah, sure, because they deserve this.
You personally relish that challenge as well now to take on the neighbours and to overtake them again?
No doubt about that. They know I'm not going to be.
As famous Manchester City fans once sang, some might say we'll find a brighter day. Well, for thousands, that day has come, and it could be a day that shifts the order of English football for quite some time. Only the 5th team to win the title in 20 seasons of the Premier League. There's a new name on the trophy. That name is Manchester City, Premier League champions.
It's easy to say when the game is finished, but in a way, I feel like this trophy was for us, and in no way we could have lost it. You know, 2-1, 2-2, and when we scored the equalizer, you know, we all thought that the trophy was ours.
What were the emotions going through your head at 2-2 and 2-1?
Came over, looking for a new career elsewhere.
Seriously, you were down in the dumps that badly?
It's a chance behind at cricket, I think. But no, I'm joking. It was hurting, but whatever. Now we've won it.
This story has been a long time, you know, 44 years. Knowing nothing, you know, is too much, you know. And for me, it was quite a big challenge for me, you know, to come to City. And I'm totally sure now, look at the team is winning. Now with the 2nd trophy in the 2nd year is unbelievable.
By some way, I guess, a career highlight today.
The career highlight, one of my life highlights. Obviously, I haven't won that many things in my career. And obviously last year was great FA Cup, but this was totally everything.
Wow, and shortly after he'd lifted the trophy, I spoke to the victorious Manchester City captain, Vincent Kompany. Vincent, many congratulations. It was an extraordinary afternoon. Please describe your emotions that you went through during those last few minutes.
First of all, nice to speak to you in another way than on Twitter. It was an incredible feeling. It was, I said it before, it was up there with the best feelings I've ever experienced in my life. And to be politically correct, I have to say, together with the birth of my daughter and with my wedding. But it was incredible. I mean, it's a big blur. I can't really put everything together. It's incredible.
Perhaps first you can describe what was going through your mind maybe with 2 or 3 minutes to go when you were trailing 2-1, you know United are winning. You must have think we're going to blow this.
No, you know, somehow we've done it before. I mean, the reason why we had the chance to win the title today was because we came back from 2 goals against Sunderland because we won the game in the last minutes against Tottenham. So, you know, life is too short for you know, to throw away moments like this, and we always had to try. As long as we could run and breathe, we had to try.
After 44 years, what does this mean to Manchester City?
You know, it means that, you know, I was looking at the guys from 1968, the one that won the title before, you know, Franny Lee, Mike Summerby, Tony Brook. And, you know, I thought we nearly lost half the team when we won the game in the last minute. But it was just, it was a great feeling to know that those guys have been around for so long and they were happy to pass, to pass the trophy to the younger players, and for the fans it's incredible. I mean, you know, miracles do happen in Manchester, but I guess on both sides of the roads now.
Indeed, very much so. What was the key to Manchester City's triumph this season, do you think, Vincent?
I think, you know, and I'm not being overconfident because we won it today. I think we deserve this title. We've been better all season. We conceded less goals. We scored more goals. We won both derbies. And, you know, it was incredible that we've had to be pushed till the last game of the season. But all around, I think that we deserved it. And I've said it before, for us is one brick that we put down to build a house on, and we have to do it again. And I'm already, I don't want to spoil the moment, but I'm already looking forward to the next one.
I would think you're looking forward to a nice evening as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy tonight, tomorrow, and you know, after 44 years, I guess there's a lot of emotion to let out tonight.
Congratulations, well done. Look forward to reading your tweets.
Thank you. Take care.
What a great moment for him. I mean, football's at its finest when it's at its most excruciating. In your life, have you ever witnessed anything quite like that?
Well, we're saying, you know, what a season, what a day, what a game. It's undoubtedly the best Premier League season we've ever had before today, but after today, it was just unsurpassable. I mean, the emotions that we witnessed there, especially the Etihad, you went from euphoria to real pain back to massive euphoria. And you must give City all the credit in the world because, you know, when they were 8 points behind in this process, we thought they were gone. Today, in the 91st minute, we thought they were gone completely. You know, they were 2-1 down. They didn't just look like they were going to score, and they hung in there, and they eventually got the 2 goals, and the scenes at the end were amazing.
I mean, we're hardened old professionals. We're neutrals. None of us have been involved with either club, but standing there, it was like so emotional. It was incredible.
Didn't it just sum the season up, though? How crazy it's been at times this season. I mean, the atmosphere in our room when we were watching the game was incredible. I mean, you could actually feel it in the Etihad and also up there at Sunderland. It was just an unbelievable day. I've never seen anything like it in my life. We probably won't see anything again.
And the big thing there, I think that if City don't win today, I think they might not win next year. But because they've actually got the first one for 44 years, they can dominate for the next 10 years.
It makes a massive difference, those last couple of minutes, to so many people. The manager, for example, I mean, the contrast is stark, isn't it?
The pressure they're under.
He was demented on the touchline. He was like Basil Fawlty. You know, but, you know, he's won the title first time in 44 years. He must take tremendous credit as well.
United have been there so many times before, but that would have hurt.
Oh, without a doubt, that would have hurt them. They've been there and they've won that trophy so many times. And let's face it, they're used to winning it, and we're all used to them winning it. So that'll hurt them a lot today, without a doubt, and it'll hurt the manager as well. You can see that on him.
They've been beaten, but I think that City are the better side individually and collectively, and I think United have done extremely well because they are an average side by Manchester United standards, and if they're going to win next season, they've got to improve.
And you couldn't have really scripted that final day, though, could you? The way the whole thing, the whole story was, it was just remarkable from start to finish.
Well, at the Etihad, it was just totally amazing because everybody thought that, you know, that Man City would win easily against QPR. QPR's away form has been abysmal. City at home have been absolutely sensational, and they didn't play particularly well in the day, and they sort of stuttered a bit, but this was a great goal. Silva into Toure into Zabaleta, mistake by Kenny, 1-0, and everybody thought then it's all over, but Lescott gets underneath it, Cissé onto it quick, a great goal, and then QPR with 10 men, Mackie at the bottom of the picture, we track him, great ball in, and all of a sudden, Manchester City 2-1 down.
I didn't think it was going to go right, and they brought Dzeko on, and this was typical of City in the last 15 or 20 minutes. Ball in there, poor, brought Balotelli on, he gets a little ball here, turns, passes it to who? Into no one. and we're thinking, can it really get any worse here? This is a shot from Dzeko, actually goes out for a throw-in. So we're thinking it's just not going to happen. A cross-in from Clichy, straight behind. And you can see what's he's going absolutely berserk on the touchline because he's not seeing his normal performance from his players.
And there's no way they can come back. No way. It's 92nd minute, Silva corner, Dzeko, they're back in it, a lifeline. And then up at Sunderland, final whistle goes, Alex thinks they've won it.
The crowd is
then all of a sudden, Balotelli does well, Aguero, fantastic, great hit.
What a finish. Look at the crowd here, they all look to their left.
Oh. What's happened?
What a day. Absolutely incredible.
Remarkable.
And again, I mean, you know, as far as City are concerned, you know, I mentioned before about hanging on in there. You've got to give them tremendous credit to get back into the Premier League race. But in the 91st minute, you know, I think the crowd were down, the manager was down, the players were down, and yet
they found something.
They found something from somewhere.
I mean, in many ways, we've seen so many twists and turns this season. I mean, right at the start of the season, it looked like perhaps City would run away with it. But
no, we thought they were the best team individually and collectively, and they played a sort of brand of football that we hadn't seen for a long time. This is the Aguero goal against Swansea, where they're picking up, they're playing it, it's fast, it's fluent, it's into feet. Toure into Aguero, picks up there, nobody goes tight, 25 yards, bang, great goal.
This is at QPR, they hit QPR on the break. Dzeko down the left-hand side, I think it eventually comes into Silva, lovely little turn and a neat finish to get the victory there. And this was their win at Old Trafford. And Balotelli, great into play again. Milner eventually comes to from Silva, a little flick and a tap in for Balotelli back stick.
But to Manchester United's credit, they hung on in there, and this is the table. The 16th of January, Manchester City only 3 points in front, and then the next 11 games there's a massive swing where United had the difficult away games. They won at Arsenal, drew at Chelsea 3-0 down, won at Norwich and won at Tottenham, and then all of a sudden the pressure led to Man City falling off a cliff away from home. So then you've got 6.
How can they have won it from there?
Well, you've got 6. Well, coming down the stretch, Man United do not lose, and an 8-point lead. But they go to Wigan, who were in the ascendancy, great goal there from Maloney.
This is when they'll be kicking themselves as
well.
Well.
This was the turning point.
2-goal swing, Jelavic good finish, poor defending, too deep. Pienaar finds himself with a little tap in there, and just absolutely unbelievable. And then they cut a header from Company there in the big game.
And now we're going to feature the 3 players at the spine of the team. Company, the captain, Mr. Inspirational, fantastic, positionally, tackling, timing, leadership, unbelievably good. What a season he's had against Wayne Rooney there again, to absolute perfection. So he's been magnificent at centre-back. The goalkeeper, best goalkeeper in the country, crucial saves at crucial times. This against Wigan, absolutely fantastic.
This one against Villa, last minute. Earns them all 3 points from Darren Bent. What a great save that is, and what a giant of a player this guy's been, Toure, as well, all season. Unbelievable. Driving, pace, power. They're home to Liverpool, this was. Skirtle eventually brings them down. They get the penalty there. They're down to 10 men. Brushes Phil Jones off the ball there with ease. Again, I mean, he has been massive all season for them. This is in that same game again, driving at the back four. Tucks inside with his left foot, all right, goes wide, and this was last week, crucial. Switched his position up forward, got the goal, and that was a big win, that was.
And those 2 goals meant at the state of play today that if Manchester City win, they win the title. And of course, 92nd minute, they're getting beaten. Dzeko, good substitution, scores the first one. And then Al.
For Aguero, who was
been a
great sign. Lovely. This is the only bit of play, you know, that they had in the whole game, where they linked up well with each other, and what a lovely finish. And just the relief there on everyone's faces.
And the thing is, you now got another couple of players in. They'll sign another couple of players. They can dominate for the foreseeable future.
A footnote to the glory. We've seen the light and the bright of football. We also saw the dark side. Joey Barton, we can't not.
No, we've got to have a look at it there. Yeah, clashes with Tevez there. Tevez has a little swing out, but there's no need for that. That is just a blatant elbow. Have another little closer look coming up here. just swings out violently, right elbow into the chin, and the linesman on the far side sees it and sees it right. Red card. We've seen it before. We'll see it again, I'm sure. Look, has a swing at Aguero.
I mean, that's
there, kicks him. Look at the headbutt here. Headbutt there.
He just lost it completely.
And then Balotelli comes on. He tries to get it at Balotelli. It's just sheer madness.
Well, you know him. You had a similar thing. He played for you at Liverpool when you were managing for that brief period. He got sent off.
Well, we've seen it. As I said, we've seen it before, and we'll see it again because that's what you get with him. He's never going to calm down, unfortunately.